Right here we are on Cricbuzz Live, and it tells you just how dire the West Indies have been today, that they've made a pretty good comeback and finished with 109 in their 20 overs. They got, what, 46 runs in their last 5 after they were 63 for 7. I think, let me look at the Cricbuzz app, 63 for 7. So when you come back and make 109, it tells you just how dire you've been before. Where are we? Kuldeep Yadav, 3 for 13 in 4 overs. And Krunal Pandya, who conceded 10 in his first over, finished 1 for 15. So you're looking at 8 overs, 4 for 28 in a T20 version. Ajay, Jadeja is here, but first of all, I want to ask Zaheer Khan how it feels to be a fast bowler and seeing that the spinners are ruling the roost. But it's the fast bowlers who started it all, didn't they?
Exactly. How many times we speak about providing that platform?
Yes.
And look what happens when you have 3 wickets fallen in the first 6 overs, and the spinners coming on to bowl. This is what you're going to see. The pressure is already built, and you just have to use that platform. And when you have a bowler of a caliber of Kuldeep, you know, he'll always enjoy this kind of platform. But all in all, when you see the bowling card, I think, you know, this kind of a bowling card will make any bowler, any bowling coach, any captain in the world happy. Every bowler has contributed. Every bowler has played a different role and been attacking and aggressive right throughout. So that's something which is a standout. When you just look at it, and you have to be very critical even in this great performance also, then you will say that, you know, maybe Umesh Yadav needs to be used in a better way. Yeah. Like, you know, you can use today it was Khalil Ahmed, rightly so, because, you know, he's a youngster. You don't want him to bowl in the pressure situation, so you give him that cushion when the situation was good. Rohit Sharma made him bowl 3 overs. How to use Umesh is someone which we all have seen in the last IPL in this format. You know, you have to use him up front, probably use him as a wicket-taking option when it comes to the later half of the innings. You know, when about 14-15 overs have been bowled, if you're leaving 2 overs of Umesh Yadav, then he will find it difficult. So that's something which, as a captain, also you need to understand that, okay, you know, maybe Umesh Yadav needs to just, you know, bowl 1 over post that 15 over, or he needs to really add something. You know, he needs to figure out his approach to the game in that particular phase of the match. Other than that, I think it was just a brilliant performance by all the bowlers.
In law and in contracts, there was an interesting expression, abundant caution. So before we write off this West Indies side, I want to ask you, was there anything in the track that suggested 109 runs?
No, not at all.
Okay. Now let's get that out of the way then. Abundant caution is moved out.
Contract is set now. Let's start.
Let's start, yes. I'm not sure actually. 4 overs, 1 for 36. He had 1 bad over at the end, but I thought Umesh with the new ball up front was excellent. In fact, each of the 3 fast bowlers with the new ball up front were excellent.
They were all good. The ball actually moved the first couple of overs.
So is that why Umesh struggles in the death when the white ball stops swinging at the end? So he bowls in straight lines.
I think one is that, like you said, when it doesn't swing and your length is similar, so it becomes easier for the batsman. And I think, like, just to add to his point, is how do you use them? What I am surprised at the modern day cricket, with all the technology and such a big support staff, you see certain bowlers, whether it's left arm spinner, whether it's pace bowler, at different stages of the game, the field remains the same for all these bowlers. Yes. I think amongst those things,
for how the batsmen as well.
Yeah. So how you use him, I think he needs a different sort of field. He needs a different mindset, because if he can't change overnight and try and do something else, if he can't add that, then the captain and the coaches have to work with him and figure out what is it that you'd like to bowl at that end. Where is the probability of the ball going more? Because invariably there are a couple of edges that go to the fine leg. He's got that pace. Yeah. He's better off not having a long off, because, you know, the length that he bowls. So, you know, then he probably has room to bowl outside that off stump, bowl that Yorker, or go into the wicket. So he'll have to figure out what he wants to do with the captain, because at the end of the day, it's the captain who decides.
You talked about coaches sitting and working with players and deciding what's best for them. I think there's a coach here in this, among the 3 of us.
Right in the middle of us.
In the middle of us, who tried to work with Carlos Brathwaite on batting against leg spin. We didn't have a leg spinner, but he had a different kind of wrist spin. Well, what is it about the West Indies?
Why can't is something what we have. Like, you know, that's something which are always there on offer. We can put ideas, you know, we can think out of the box and try and, you know, because if you're doing the same thing, you're going to produce the similar kind of result.
So why can't they? Is it just that you cannot read off the air wrist spinners will have always troubled the West Indies. Is it that they like to play the ball off the after it bounces? What is it?
Looks like that, I think, and first and foremost, I think it's the confidence. You know, when you don't have a confidence as a batsman, look at me talking about playing the leg spinners. You know, I'm just talking with confidence. There is nothing else. If you put me against the leg spinner, I'll probably not give you the results. But what I have is confidence. I think, you know, I can put up some kind of theory, and if it works, I'll try different theories. If it doesn't work, I'll try something else. But I'll keep on trying till the time I get comfortable that, okay, you know, this is the way I can save my my image of batsman, or not lose wicket, or figure out a way, because you've seen someone like Karan Pollard has figured out. You know, you've seen that he's played 10 years of IPL, and initial first few years he was struggling, and all the teams used to say that, okay, you know, Pollard in, okay, get leg spinner. And that's something which he's worked.
Or bowl the bouncer. He didn't like the bouncer early on.
Yes, and both the things he's figured. You know, he's figured to put up a show. So that's something, as a batsman, as a cricketer, you know, be it batsman, bowler, whatever, you need to have this kind of approach and learn things. You know, if eventually at some stage you'll figure out a way. You know, you might not be the best at the art of playing leg spinner, but you'll certainly see off the situation where if you're there in the middle, then only you're going to score runs. So you have to first make sure that you're there in the middle.
I mean, Kuldeep Yadav is getting wickets for fun.
He's having fun. He's.
I mean, he knows these conditions well.
Yeah.
Even then, I mean, some people thought that after it stopped being that sticky wicket, but he's actually enjoying the bounce. All wrist spinners like the bounce.
Yeah.
4 overs, 3 for 13. He's bowled 15 out of 24 dot balls.
He's bowling well. I mean, he's one good thing is the mindset of the opposition now. When he's playing, he's the premier bowler for India. You know, Bumrah, of course, is your number one bowler, but as an opposition, you defend. First ball, I can remember when he started, it was Pollard who was batting, full toss, right in his zone. But his mindset is, no, I have to watch what I do against this bowler. So he has the advantage of that. He's getting the platform that he's starting with. And he's not one of those bowlers who says, okay, now 4 balls are gone, let me give a couple of singles and make sure this over's gone. He's a young man, he's still tossing it up. So he will have days like this, but there will be days that, you know, somebody will get after him, and then there is only that quick ball that you see. I don't know, we were just talking, and I said, yeah, the way he tosses it up, I don't see anybody, you know, use their feet, get to the pitch. So you're not asking Kuldeep Yadav questions. He's the only one asking questions throughout.
So he's playing on home ground. He just keeps and
so if you bowl a bad ball like that full toss or a short one, the batsman's mind frame is defensive against him. So he's getting away with those. So it'll be interesting to see when somebody gets after him, what happens there.
I just wondered if there'll be something for the spinners, because West Indies have a couple of left arm spinners too. If you look at Krunal Pandya on debut, 1-6 that Pollard connected, one bad ball, 2 wides. Other than that, he only conceded 7 runs. And I think they found Pollard out by bowling into his pads as a left arm spinner.
Yeah, I think when India is going to go now into get these runs, they have the cushion. You know, they need not be as attacking. You know, you have a target in front. 109 is not that big a total, so you can afford to take time, and that's something which West Indies bowlers will have to be up against. You know, so you have to make the play. Batsman is not going to make the play. You have to make the play. You have to get those early wickets, and for any spinner to come into play, and against this mighty Indian batting lineup, you know, you will need to have that platform, and that's something which we'll have to wait and see. If and they will not need 1 or 2 wickets. They'll probably need 3 or 4 to create that kind of pressure.
Okay, they've come out to bat.
Unlikely.
They've come out to bat just 110, right? To get just 110 to get loads of time. I'll be very surprised if India struggle to get those. We'll take a call midway through, 10 over mark. Ubal presents Cricbuzz Combox. We'll be with you then.